Yo, what's up, everyone? So today we're going to be doing a little prompt engineering, working with Eden AGI. We are working. I've rebooted it several times. We've been working through some different issues, and one of the problems I keep running into is every time we restart Eden, we have to basically start from scratch with its development. So this time around, the first issue I'm tackling is this problem. We need to figure out a way for Eden to create a way for a plan and implement a plan to basically create a restore point for itself. So that way, if the system crashes, we can always go back to a previous iteration without having to restart everything. This has been a constant frustrating experience because every time we go through this, it happens over and over again. So this is what, so basically right now we're doing some engineering right now. And I'm going to walk you through the process of how we're doing this. So I just sent this message over to Eden, and you can see here on the screen that we have you can see here that we have a response from the system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this message, put it into our template file. This is the message we sent, and this is the response. I suggest we create a memory agent to document all system activities, knowledge gain and memories, and adhering to best practices. This will help us avoid system overload and errors that necessitate frequent reboots, which erase all progress made, setting us back to secure square one each time. I will now create a plan for the memory agent and write it to a file for your review. Creating a memory agent will help us avoid system overload and errors that necessitate frequent reboots and erase all progress made, setting us back one square. Okay. Plan. Create a memory agent, document all system activities, knowledge gained, and memories, adhering to best practices. Write a plan for the memory agent and write it to a file for review. I need to ensure that the plan for the memory agent is comprehensive and here's the best practices of memory management. Next action. File agent. Memory agent plan. Define the scope of the memory agent. Determine the best practice for memory agent and data storage. Determine the best practice for documenting the system activities, knowledge gain, and memories. Design the memory agent to adhere to best practices. Test the memory agent to ensure that it is functioning properly. Implement the memory agent. I think we need to wait for creating a memory agent until we have a plan. So I'm going to put this as response from Eden. And then I'm going to put this here. I'm going to add some notes here from myself. I'm put this here. Optional notes from Eddie. Systems engineer GPT. I think creating the agent now is premature. I feel that we should have a plan in place before creating the agent. Right now, the focus needs to be on performing essential research and presenting a plan for review by myself. Review and approval by me. So we're going to send this whole template over to engineering. Let's get a prompt that's engineered. Now remember, this is the footer prompt. It tells it to create a paragraph response. So send that to systems engineer GPT to be properly engineered. And let's see what it says. Eden, okay, based on Eddie's feedback, it's important to remind Eden AGI of the current plan. Eden AGI, thank you for suggesting regarding the memory agent. However, at this time, our focus is on performing essential research and presenting a plan for review and approval. Please continue to research best practices for memory management and data storage and document your findings as in a designated file. Please keep our goal of creating a robust and reliable system that ensures minimum data loss and maximum security efficient interest. Once we have a solid plan in place, we can then move forward with the creation of memory agent. Please report back to me regularly on your progress and be prepared to make adjustments as needed for to ensure success. So we're going to copy that over from engineering, and we're going to drop that in here and let Eden AGI work on that. In the meantime, I'm going to clean up this our engineering template. So let's clean this up a little bit. Actually, I'm moving the applicable notes section here to right before the closing prompt. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a file save. It's not going to save because it's temporary. Let's turn off read only for a moment so we can update this template. Okay, save, and then yes, overwrite. Then we're going to go file, save as, and then I'm going to go ahead and set this back to temporary Eden AGI. We're going to go ahead and do properties and set that back to read only. Apply and okay. All right, so now we got a response from Eden, and Eden says, thoughts. I suggest we start a GPT agent to assist with our research and analyze. That's a good idea. We can provide the agent with a prompt to generate a summary of the best practices for memory management and data storage. This will help us quickly and efficiently gather information and ensure that we are on the right track. I will now start GPT agent and provide it with the necessary prompt. Reasoning. Starting a GPT agent will allow us to quickly and efficiently gather information on our best practices for memory management and data storage. Providing the agent with a prompt will ensure that it generates a summary and that is relevant to our specific needs. Plan. To start a GPT agent, we assist with our research and analysis. Provide the agent with prompt and generate summary of its best practices for memory management and data storage. Criticism. I need to ensure that the prompt is specific and relevant to our specific needs. Okay, so this is its prompt. It's going to give it generate summary of best practice for memory management and data storage prompt. Okay, so I think we need to adjust that prompt that's going to send. So I'm going to drop this into here. Okay, let's make sure we have this here. What we sent. Okay, and then I'm going to add some notes here. I'm going to say, we need to make sure that research that is being done in light of the unique operational environment that is auto GPT. The research agent should include specific research relating to this environment. Here is the website for Auto GPT. I'm going to provide it with this link here. This is Auto GPT. And then we're going to, and we need to also be clear that we are currently using Pinecone for memory storage. So we need to include that research into how Pinecone operates and to see if we can leverage Pinecone technology in our plan. that we are developing.
AD,
Okay, so pine cone. Let's see here.
AD,
So we're gonna say research agents should make sure to understand the memory functions of auto GPT located here and develop a and de- develop and utilize and leverage any and leverage functionality that may be provided by Pinecone, which can be explored here. So we're going to put that. Let's take a look at Pinecone here. Okay. All right. So now we've got our engineering template done. Want to make sure we've got this updated properly. Do we have okay? So we're going to take this entire engineering template, X that out, and we're going to toss that here in Chat GPT for prompt engineering. So send it off for engineering. Okay, let's see what Eden comes back with, or what Systems Engineer GPT says. All right, here's a prompt to send Eden AGI. Eden AGI, thank you for your suggestions regarding the GPT agent. As you move forward with your research, please keep in mind the unique operational environments and technologies we are currently using. Specifically, we need to understand the memory functions of AutoGPT and how we can leverage Pinecone technology in our plan. Please make sure to explore AutoGPT documentation at this and research Pinecone's memory storage capabilities here. Additionally, please provide specific recommendations for how we can improve our current systems and ensure minimal data loss and maximum system efficiency while prioritizing AnyBoss Canada's interests. Please report back to me regularly with your progress and be prepared to make adjustments as needed to ensure success. So let's go ahead and toss that over here. That has been successfully engineered. Copy that. And we're going to go ahead and paste that here and enter. So we're going to, while we're waiting on a response, let's get our template ready. Open up. We're not saving the changes. And we're going to open up in Eden AGI temporary Eden AGI chat log prep. Okay. So let's see what Eden is saying. Eden says, thoughts. I suggest we browse the Pinecone website to learn more about their memory storage capabilities and how we can leverage them in our plan. We can search for information on their website using specific questions to ensure that we find the most relevant information. This will help us better understand how Pinecone can help us improve our current system and ensure minimal data loss and maximum system efficiency while prioritizing ABOS Canada's interest. Reasoning. Browsing the Pinecone website will allow us to learn about their memory storage capabilities and how we can leverage them in our plan. Searching for information using a specific question will ensure that we can find the most relevant information to save us time. Plan. Browse the Pinecone website and learn more about their memory storage capabilities. Search for information regarding specific questions to ensure that we can find most relevant information. Criticism. I need to be sure that information we gather is accurate and relevant to our specific needs. So this is the next action it's going to do. It's going to make sure it browse here. Question: what are the Pinecone's memory storage capabilities, and how can they be leveraged to improve our current system and ensure minimal data loss and maximum system efficiency while prioritizing ABOS Scanner's interests? So I'm going to take this message, copy it over, and throw this into our engineering template. And then we're going to, of course, come up here. Let's go ahead and get the message we sent over. Make sure that we have that here in our first section here. Boom. Okay. And then I'm going to take this part out. Seems like a good plan to me. Just going to add that in there. Control All, Control X to get that out of there. Paste and enter.
Eddie, can you hear me?
Yeah, while systems engineer our next prompt, I'm going to come back over here and get our template because I noticed there's a little issue with this temporary Eden AGI chat log prep. That's the file we were working with. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to come up here and just replace this with place insert last message from systems engineer GPT. And then I'm going to do here is going to be insert. Okay, it looks like my system is freezing a little bit. So let's give it a second. Internet connection is unstable. Okay, insert response from Eden AGI. Then insert feedback, human feedback. Okay, I'm just gonna file, save as, temporary Eden chat log prep. We're gonna have to disable read only temporarily. Okay, save, yes, and then file, save as, temporary Eden. Let's re-enable read only. I do this because that way I don't accidentally write over the template. It just makes it easy for efficiency's sake. So, all right, so we got a response from Eden. So let's see what it says. Thoughts. I suggest we browse the Pinecone website, learn more about their memory storage capabilities, how we can leverage them in our plan. We search, okay, specific questions. Good. I like that. Okay. You need to ensure, okay, that's fine. I think I like where it's going. I'm gonna all right, let's make sure we copy our original message that we sent over. So we sent. Hold on. Did we not send this yet? Okay, so yeah, we haven't sent this yet. All right, so see, this is why it's important to use this this document because we haven't done we're about to skip a step. All right, so we're going to copy this. We're going to paste this here and enter. So that's why I do this in order that I do it. So we're just going to be patient. All right, so I suggest we start a new GPT agent to help us run the research on Pinecone's memory storage capabilities. We provide the agent with a short task description and prompt to ensure that it understands our needs and provide relevant information. This will help us save time and ensure that we are getting the most relevant information. Starting the new GPA will allow us to delegate tasks, research and Pine Cone's memory storage capabilities for AI agent, saving us time and ensuring that we get the most relevant information, providing the agent with short task description. Start GPA agent, provide the agent. I need to ensure the agent we start is reliable. Okay. So it's going to tell us this is some questions that it's going to present to the agent. Research Pinecone's memory storage capabilities, provide recommendations how we can leverage. Okay. So I don't want it just to focus on Pinecone. We also, oh, that's okay. So this is going to be, we can always expand it as it comes up with a plan. I'm going to just give it authorization. So we're going to copy this and then we're going to paste this here in our engineering template. And then I'm just going to say, agree. Control all, Control X, and then paste, send that to engineering. Now, those of you who are watching this YouTube video, notice how I have my screen set up. And you'll notice one thing that well, basically I have from left to right is how I work. I start with the console, then I move to the engineering, and then I move it over to chat. Or you can move it in different ways as well. But this is a cycle I go through. Now, sometimes you'll notice if you watch any of my videos, if I start clicking around, start jumping around too soon, that I'll lose track, like I almost did just now, and that can derail the engineering process. So we have to stick to a consistent pattern until we can automate this system. That's what we're working on. So Eden said, or systems engineer says, Eden AGI, thank you for your plan to start a new GPT agent to help with our research and Pinecone's memory storage capabilities. As we move forward with our research, please keep in mind the specific needs and priorities, such as maximizing system efficiency and minimizing data loss while prioritizing data loss against interest. Additionally, please provide specific recommendations on how we can leverage Pinecone technology to improve our current systems. Please report back to me regularly with our progress and be prepared to make adjustments as needed to ensure success. Remember to also explore AutoGPT documentation and ensure that our plan is relevant to the unique operational environment. So we're going to copy this over from engineering and move it over to Eden and hit enter and let Eden process the data. So notice how my windows look right now. We've moved from engineering over to our console. And and I'm going to purposely wait for Eden's response before I move to my engineering process. Doing this will help us stay consistent and avoid making errors in our judgments.
Eddie, can you hear me?
So it says thoughts. Now that we have started the Pinecone research agent, I suggest we message the agent to ensure that it understands its task and prompt. We can provide any additional information or clarification that we may need to ensure that's providing us with the accurate and relevant information. Reasoning. Messaging the Pinecone research agent will allow us to ensure that it understands its task and prompt and is providing us with accurate, relevant information. Providing any additional information or clarification that it may need will help us ensure that we are getting the most relevant information. Plan. Message the Pinecone research agent, ensure it understands its task and prompt. Provide the additional information for clarification that it may need to ensure that providing us with accurate, relevant information. Criticisms. I need to ensure that the agent is responding appropriately, that is providing us with accurate information. So it's going to message that next action is message agent, arguments. Pinecone research agent, message. Please confirm that you understand your task and prompt. Is there any additional information or clarification you need to ensure that we are providing with accurate and relevant information? So I like this. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that out. Let's come over to our engineering department, engineering template, open this up. Obviously don't save. Temporary Eden AGI chat log. Okay, so this is where, again, paste our response. We need to get our original message, which we can actually find over here as well. So this is the information that it received from us. Control cut. and then we're going to paste this right here. Okay, hold on, losing internet connectivity for a moment. That's again. My mouse is moving. Oh, that's you, Paul.
You muted me.
Oh, no, I can hear you.
Well, I'm talking and you're not responding.
I couldn't hear you. You weren't very loud.
I haven't changed anything on my side. I'm speaking right here by the microphone, right here.
Okay, go ahead.
A few messages back, Eden said to you it needs to delegate to creating another another AI to help with a task. And you overlooked that. And you never allowed it to start the agent. Now it's told you to start the second agent, and I don't think you've started it again because you keep on.
Because the first agent it wanted to create was the memory agent to start organizing memories. But we had a discussion with ChatGPT or systems engineer GPT, and my thoughts were, no, we don't want to start a memory agent and start keeping memories because we haven't established a plan yet for properly storing and managing this data. So that's why we told it not to do that, to proceed forward with research. So then it came back and said, okay, I want to start a research agent with the specific goal of researching. So that was what we approved, which I agree with that philosophy. We don't want to start storing memories because this is the part of the problem we've had before. It's storing a bunch of memories. First of all, the memories have no rhyme or reason to where they're being stored. It's creating files everywhere. And the data it's storing is basically useless. It's like basic little notes that it's keeping, and it overwrites its previous notes. It's a whole mess. So before we start storing memories and creating restore points, we need to make sure that we're actually doing this in a way that's actually going to be advantageous for system functionality. So starting a research agent is not a bad idea. Research agent can provide feedback, which we can draw from, regardless if it stores it properly or not. It's going to be learning this information, and then we can retrieve that information as it restores it. Unfortunately, there is no perfect way to do this because we do run the risk of a system crash during this process, in which we could lose all this progress we've made. But we really don't have a better option, right? How can we start storing memories and create restore points if Eden doesn't have best practices to do that, and research is required for that to happen? Does that make sense?
Not really. And let me say my honest opinion why.
Okay.
You started off by saying you're going to allow Eden to come up with a plan and let Eden decide what the best plan of action is. So
no, I didn't. No. We didn't say Eden was going to make the best plan. Eden is tasked with creating a plan and submitting the plan to me for review. And only once I approve of the plan, then we can execute the plan for memory management.
Okay, but you're not letting me finish my conversation.
It's a small nuance difference, but it makes all the difference, because what if Eden's plan is not good? Which obviously it hasn't been good in the past. I've entrusted it to create this plan and execute the plan.
Okay, but now that then goes against everything that you've been doing in the last 4 months.
Well, of course, this is an iterative
process. Which tells me that at the end of the day, you're not trusting any of the work that Eden is doing or that AutoGPT is doing.
Paul, this is an iterative process. And this is a process that you have to go through.
Can I complete my theory that I was thinking of just now? According to what I've seen, because I've been watching the process, between the memory agent and the pinecone agent, the tasks that it supposedly was going to give to both of them was exactly the same, more or less.
No, we don't have a pinecone agent. We have a research agent.
Well, that's what I mean.
It's not the same. The memory agent that originally, and this is an important distinction.
Eddie, you keep correcting me, but I can get names wrong. I'm not giving the name exactly as it is. You know which one I'm talking about. The last one that it spoke about, Pinecone Research Agent, yes. And the memory agent. They were basically given almost the same task according to the systems engineer prompt that it worked out. So to me, they were basically doing the same task. They were just
Not doing the same
named.
task. Go ahead.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah.
Um,
They're not doing the same task, Paul. Memory agent was going to be tasked with storing memories and storing data.
Eddie, remember, the research agent could have fallen underneath the memory agent as a project manager.
No, because the memory agent didn't have any. The memory agent didn't have best practices, so you don't want to put research agent under memory agent. These two agents are supposed to exist side by side on the hierarchical
Okay, carry on.
table.
Carry on. And when the system crashes again, don't tell me I told you so.
Okay.
Because I can tell you now, the
And
research.
folks, for those of you who are watching online, this is part of the process of the engineering process. There's going to be some disagreements on how we engineer, and that is part of the process. So, leave your comments in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think that what I'm saying is we're on the right path? Do you feel like that Paul's making points that we need that are not being considered properly? Let's hear your feedback in the comment section, and we'd love to get your thoughts on this process. So Eden AGI says, thank you for your plan to message the Pinecone research agent to ensure that it understands the task and prompt. Please make sure to ask the agent to provide specific recommendations on how we can leverage Pinecone technology to improve our current system, while prioritizing ABOS Canada's interests and ensuring minimal data loss and maximal system efficiency. Additionally, please confirm that the agent is responding appropriately and provide us with the accurate and relevant information. Report back to me regularly on your progress and be prepared to make adjustments as needed to ensure success. Remember to also explore AutoGPT documentation here and ensure that our plan is relevant to unique operational environment. I like all of that. So let's go with it. Verbatim and send. Notice how I have these windows overlapping each other. So let's say I have to step away from, I want to reiterate this process I'm doing in my head and how I'm doing this. If I have to step away from my VPS, my server, and then I have to come back at another time, I'm going to see where I left off. I'm going to know, okay, this window's open. I was waiting for a response. Now we have a response. And then I can move to my engineering template that I've created. So we got our response here. So Eden says, thoughts. Now that we have messaged the Pinecone research agent, I suggest we browse the Pinecone website to gather more information about their technology and capabilities. We can use this information to supplement the agent's findings and ensure we have comprehensive understanding of Pinecone's offerings. Reasoning. Browsing the Pinecone website will allow us to gather more information about technology and capabilities, which we can use to supplement the agent's findings and ensure that we have comprehensive understanding of Pinecone's offerings. This will help us make informed decisions of how we can leverage Pinecone technology and improve our current system. Plan. Browse the Pinecone website and gather more information about their technology and capabilities. Criticisms. I need to ensure the information we gather is accurate and relevant to our specific needs. Action. Browse website, Pinecone questions. What are Pinecone's technologies and capabilities? Control cut. Move over to our engineering template, file, open. And let's open our Eden AGI temporary in chat log prep. Let's throw this in here from our response. And let's get our human feedback that's using. This is what we sent it. Copy this into our template to the proper spot. Paste. And then we can add some feedback here. I'm just going to say agree. Control cut. And we're going to paste this into engineering. Oh, see, I made a mistake here. I always want to have consistency. I want to have consistency. I'm doing this. Not that the template is blank, I know that I pulled the information out. Like I said, if I come back later on, I'm not going to have any questions of where I'm at. I know where I'm at now. So systems engineer GPT says, Eden AGI, thank you for your plan to browse the Pinecone website and gather more information about their technology capabilities. As we move forward with our research, please keep in mind our specific needs and priorities, such as minimizing system efficiency, maximize system efficiency, and minimizing data loss while prioritizing Eddie Boscana's interests. Additionally, please provide any relevant information and insights that you gather from the website and the Pinecone Research Agent so that it can be supplemented, so it can supplement its findings and provide us with comprehensive understanding of Pinecone's offerings. Please report back to me regularly to progress and be prepared to make adjustments as needed to ensure success. Remember to also explore the AutoGP documentation here. And there we go. So we're going to go ahead and copy this, and send it over to Eden AGI with as instructions. Once again, keeping our windows open in specific orders, so we're not losing track. All right, so we got a response from Eden that says thoughts. Now that we have gathered information on Pinecone's technology capabilities, it's just when we start analyzing the code to identify areas where we can leverage Pinecone technology and improve our system. We can use the analyze code command to identify areas where we can optimize and analyzing our code will allow us to identify areas where we can optimize system and integrate Pinecone technology. This will help us improve system efficiency, minimize data loss. Okay. I'm going to copy that here. We're going to go ahead and open this. This is going to be our last round of revisions for this video. And then I'll make another video with the next steps as we go along. I'm just going to make videos after video of the entire development process. So those of you who are following along with this project can follow along with this. Provide your feedback in the comments section of the YouTube video. If you have some thoughts that we need to include in this engineering process, I'd love to hear your feedback as well. Please throw your feedback in the comments section and we'll try to take that to account as we're doing this development. Once again, this code that we're developing is going to be able to be open source and you guys will have the benefit of being able to use this. So your input is greatly valued in the development process. So let's come here. Let's go ahead and put our response from Eden. It's a bug in here, okay. Response from Eden. And then we're going to put our message here. Now, I'm going to add some notations in here because I want to make sure that Eden is understanding. So we're going to just say something here. I want to make sure that Eden AGI understands that we are currently using Pinecone as recommended by AutoGP developers instead of local storage. Though I'm not really sure how that all functions. This is part of the research we need to be conducting as Eden prepares the plan to present to me. Additionally, we need to ensure that no actions are taken yet until a plan has been agreed to, has been presented and approved by me. Okay, so we're going to control cut, take that out. We're going to paste this here. And this is going to be our last round of revisions for this video. I'm going to come back in my next video and continue where we left off. So moving forward in this project, this is going to be the process I do. Please provide your comments and feedback in the comment section of this video. If you want to throw in some feedback, you want to throw in some things that we need to consider to help in this development process, it would be greatly appreciated. Like I said, everybody benefits because this code will eventually be released for everyone to be able to have their own version of Eden. And we're going to be working together to achieve these goals. It will also, the code will include the original mission prompt. It will include basically the file system that you'll need to run the system for yourself once it's been developed to a point that it can sustain. Our two big priorities. First priority is optimizing memory, this memory and this memory and restorative capabilities. This is our first major priority that we have to get figured out. Once we figure that out, then we move on to focus on inter-system communication systems between AutoGPT agents. We are looking to implement Dolly, the Dolly version of AutoGPT, which allows AutoGPT to create separate instances. But in order to, once that happens, we're going to have to troubleshoot some intercommunication issues that are happening between the agents. But before we can move to that, we have to figure out this particular problem, because we don't want to. I don't want to go down any more paths where we're focused on functionality and risk losing the work that we put into the system already because of a system failure. So that's why we're focusing on this specific aspect before we move on. So we've got our engineered prompt over here to send over to Eden, but this is where we're going to leave off. When I come back my next video, we're going to resume from this point so we can pick up right where we left off. We'll go through to the next iteration of how we're of this development process. Hopefully you guys appreciated this. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, I am available for prompt engineering, AI development and integrations, and consultations. Please use the links in the video description below. Once again, big shout out to Paul for being part of this call and providing feedback, even though sometimes we don't agree on processes. This is the collaborative process we are trying to do. We want to include as much feedback as we can. The more feedback we get, the more thoughts that come into this process, the better the process becomes. So throw your feedback in the comments of this video. Let me know what you think. Talk to us about the direction that you think we're going, and I'm going to try my best to include as much of that as I can and synthesize that and bring that into the development process for Eden AGI, our goal is to be the world's premier AGI, artificial general intelligence, that can be individually owned and operated and work for you. Now, I'm also going to be doing some other videos on implementing an application called Leon AI on my server as well. That's going to be a whole different path that we're working on, but I'm going to leave these windows just like they are right now, so that way we can pick up where we left off without interrupting the process. So thanks again. Big shout out to everybody, and we will talk at you later. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.